From Kern Government Television, welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting, originating from the County Administrative Center located at 1115 Truxtun Avenue, Bakersfield, California. Kern County's vision is to create and maintain a customer-centered county government designed to garner the confidence, support, and trust of the people we serve. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the 2 p.m. session of the regular meeting of the Board of Supervisors. Today is Tuesday, October 15th. Board to reconvene. The first item is roll call.
Supervisor Gleason.
Here.
Supervisor Scribner.
Here.
Supervisor Maggard.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Here.
Next item is a report on actions taken in closed session. County Council.
Good afternoon, Chairman, members of the board. During closed session this morning, your board considered items 24 and 25. Items 26 and 27 were withdrawn.
Okay, thank you. Next item is the consent agenda. All items listed with a CA or a C above the item number are considered to be routine and non-controversial by county staff. We can act on those all in one motion. If anyone would like to make a comment about any of those items or ask for separate consideration, a board member would have to request that for you. But we're going to do that now. Is there anyone here that would like, well, first let me tell you what's on the consent agenda. Starts on page 2. All items, it consists of items 4 and 5 on page 2. On to page 3, items 6 through 9. Page 4, items 10 through 13. Page 5, all the items 14 through 21. Page 6, all the items 22 through 30. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment or ask for separate consideration on any of those consent items on the Board of Supervisors agenda? Seeing none, I will return it to the board and ask for a motion on the consent agenda and to adjourn as the Board of Supervisors and reconvene as the Kern Sanitation Authority.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. We're now sitting as the Kern Sanitation Authority. There's one item, which is at the top of page 2, item 1. It is a consent item under that under the Kern Sanitation Authority. Is there anyone here that would like to comment on that item or remove it for separate consideration? Seeing none, I'll return to the board and ask for a motion on the consent agenda and to adjourn as the Kern Sanitation Authority and reconvene as the Board of Supervisors.
So moved. Second.
Give a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Thank you. The next item is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter that is not on the agenda but is under the jurisdiction of the board. Is there anyone here that would like to make a public presentation? Please come forward, state your name, and proceed. We try to maintain a 2-minute time limit. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Chairman Couch and Honorable Supervisors. My name is Luis Medina. I'm the Director of Community Impact for Kern Community Foundation. And I just wanted to thank you for, again, supporting the Jumpstart Fundraising Technical Assistance Program, which you've just approved at today's meeting. We're very grateful for that. I wanted to give you an update. We have about 30 attendees so far signed up for the informational workshop that's scheduled to take place at the 3rd floor multipurpose room here at the County Administrative Building next Thursday. This is kind of like an informational workshop for nonprofits to understand the program and what's going to be required of them and their participation next year. We're glad that we're going to be able to host that here, and some of the participants of this year's cohort, including Bike Bakersfield and Independence Through Grace and Bakersfield Master Chorale, are going to be talking to the potential applicants of next year's Jumpstart program about their experiences here to try to motivate them to apply for this technical assistance grant, which really would not be possible without your support. I sent an email last week to yourselves and your chiefs of staff inviting you to come and say a few words, and I'll be glad to resend that again so that you can be sure to have it on your schedule and come down and meet the nonprofits that are going to be applying this year. And joining me today is Jerry Buzzell from Bakersfield Master Chorale, who is very much in the midst of, winding up the year with Jumpstart, and he's going to say a few words about what the program has meant to him and his agency. And thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Hey, Jerry.
Hello.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. I am very grateful that you allowed this program to come into our county for nonprofits. I have seen dramatic increase in our ability of raising additional funds. I have been able to put in one place, under one umbrella, if you please, all of the data, all of the giving records that we had on separate storage places and everything else. And by also learning how to give out like email campaigns and how to develop contact points and response tools and all of that, we have excelled. So I thank you for allowing this program to be provided for nonprofits. We all understand our community is greatly strengthened. Our county community is greatly strengthened because of the presence and work of nonprofits. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for being here today. Any other public presentations? Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Board. David Fluhart, Havilah, 1st District. I've been here that much this year. Everything's gone great. I think you guys are doing a wonderful job. I told you told you that at the beginning of the year at the chairman's selection. I thought it'd be a great year, and I want to say thank you, Mr. Gleason, for your attack on PG&E and trying to figure out that, because we're a first world country and we can't be having these shutouts and stuff like that. And in general, I think you guys are doing a great job. Recently, though, there's been a couple of letters from Mrs. Beebe, B-E-E-B-E, talking about homelessness, and I kind of feel for her because she wants a solution, but it's much bigger of a problem than just homelessness. You have mental health, you have this, that, you have, I don't know, a whole bunch of laws regarding the justice system that's changed things, and so, she's worried about homelessness and I guess violent vagrants, and basically I've said this for years now. Things just keep getting worse and harder, and I don't know, it feels like we're losing 49-51 always. We have great successes, but just things keep falling apart. And one thing that's interesting in her letters is she keeps having this notion that one person is going to fix the problem. She asks that, is somebody going to stand up and take care of the problem? And I guess that's a rhetorical question. I don't know how one person solves the world's problems, but I don't know. Yeah, it's just kind of a hard letter and hard issues with what Mrs. Beebe is presenting, So anyways, wish you guys the best on figuring that out, on who this special person is and what's going to happen in the future to make everything better. But I'm optimistic. Remember, grounded and boundless. I think you guys got it, and I'm still looking for the K to be painted green. So that's about it. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Any other public statements today? Yes, sir.
Hello, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
All right. My name is Christopher Clark. I was here at the meeting last week, and I wanted to come back up and say something, but I didn't want to be rude like those other gentlemen, so I waited a week, and I wanted to come. I wanted to talk to you, Mr. Gleason. You say you see a lot of immaturity in our industry, and I just beg to differ. It takes a lot of knowledge, a lot of skill, and a lot of logistics to be able to have all those products for people on a day in and day out basis without regulatory procedures. Now that they are in place, it will make it a lot easier. And I didn't have any arguments with your ordinance. My only thing was safety. I am concerned about the safety of putting a cash business. It's mostly cash. There are banking regulations coming that are making it easier, but right now it's heavily cashed. And if you take that and put it into an industrial zone, it just is a recipe for an unsafe environment, and that was my only concern. I like the taxes, the 3.5%. I think that even with about 20 stores, you could see about $5,000 a day in taxes. What is that, like 1.8 million a year? That's really good. It could help out. I think that a retail zone is actually good for the community. California regulations require that each store has a security guard. So when that security guard is on patrol, that benefits not only that dispensary, but also the neighboring businesses. So that's actually good for a retail zone. All the the products are pre-packaged. You can't even touch the cannabis or use it until you leave the store and go home. And it has to be in a California compliant bag. So all these things make it safe to be in a retail zone. I don't think that it needs to be an industrial. And, I read the California regulations, I read the Los Angeles regulations because I have business out there, and now the Kern County. I'm up to date. A lot of thought goes into these businesses because we care. We want people to get educated on how it helps, and it's not a bad thing to bring. And, any industry that's new is going to be drawn to. And that's why, we're in this industry. We're not bad people. We just like this new industry, just like the people younger than me. Now they like cryptocurrency. That's what they like. It's just new and a new industry that's here, and we would like to help people. And I just want you to know that we're not immature people. We're really thought-provoking people. We put a lot into this, and I just wanted to come back and let you know that.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Supervisor Gleason? Yes.
Mr. Clark, thank you very much for your civil discourse. I appreciate it. I really do. And you're correct. You are not an immature representative of your industry, and I'm proud to know you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
gentlemen.
Have a good day. Any other public comments? Seeing none, we'll go to board member announcements and reports. I know Supervisor Maggard has one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would like to ask Margot Raison to give us an update about the Boise decision and the prospects of our joining Los Angeles and San Diego and others in trying to affect the outcome of that appeal.
Good afternoon. For a little bit of background, the city of Boise has petitioned the United States Supreme Court to grant review of a decision that was made by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal in the case of Martin versus City of Boise. In that case, and in just a nutshell, the Ninth Circuit held that if a person experiencing homelessness has no option of sleeping indoors, a city cannot cite him or her for violating an ordinance disallowing sleeping outside in a public space. One of the plaintiff's arguments was that his Eighth Amendment rights against cruel and unusual punishment had been violated. The city of Boise filed a petition for a writ of certiorari with the United States Supreme Court, which also, in just a nutshell, is a petition that usually argues that a lower court has incorrectly decided an important question of law and that the mistake should be fixed. In essence, Boise is asking the Supreme Court to review the decision made by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeal. Granting such review is discretionary, and a writ of certiorari is procedural in nature. The California State Association of Counties, or CSAC, filed an amicus curiae brief on behalf of all California counties, including Kern County, in support of Boise's petition for review. As the Ninth Circuit covers Washington, Oregon, Alaska, Arizona, Hawaii, Idaho, Montana, and Nevada, a number of other public entities have also filed briefs in support of Boise's petition, including the City of LA and the California State Sheriff's Association, who combined with the California Police Chiefs Association and California Peace Officers Association. The deadline to file an amicus brief on the certiorari petition was September 25th. This brief was limited to the procedural matter of requesting a review of the case, not the underlying or substantive issues of the case. If the U.S. Supreme Court grants the petition, the court will set a briefing schedule to be followed by oral arguments. Those briefs will address the decision and the application of various laws and legal principles. At that time, an amicus brief addressing the merits of the case or substantive issues at stake may be filed. In fact, in speaking with the Sonoma County Council that Supervisor Perez referred to last week, I'm confident that CSAC will again consider filing an additional amicus brief. In addition, the county would be free to file its own amicus brief or join with other cities, counties, or entities in filing a brief. I looked at the docket for this case, and there's no indication of when the court might rule on the certiorari petition. It is listed as TBD, but we will monitor it and report back to the board. We also contacted the law firm who filed the brief on behalf of CSAC and asked that they contact us when the court makes its determination on the petition for review. They reiterated the current amicus brief is procedural in nature and that a future brief would address the merits of the case. And that's my report.
Mr. Rezan, I would like, I'd ask for you to please keep us apprised of when that opportunity arises and try to do so in a way that gives us sufficient time for us to deliberate on whether or not we might join with our own amicus.
Absolutely, will do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no other lights, we don't have any other board member announcements or reports. We have a non-agenda item that we would like to take action on to add to the agenda to be heard in closed session at the adjournment. The motion to consider would be to consider a closed session item number 31, and that motion would be to make a finding that the need to take immediate action on a non-agenda matter occurred after the agenda was posted on October 10th, 2019. County officials recently learned that due to a threat of potential litigation being initiated against the county, it is necessary to brief the board. If you are interested, in the back of the room, there are copies of what we're going to take action on and all the legal requirements. Item 31 reads, it's a conference with legal counsel under anticipated litigation government code section 54956.9. Is there any member of the board that would like to make that motion to add that non-agenda item to the agenda?
Sure, I'll do it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Okay, that takes us to the end of the afternoon agenda. I need a motion to adjourn to closed session. Do we need to come out after closed session? Or can I adjourn the meeting until October 22nd at 9 a.m.? And have the closed session?
After closed session, you will.
Need to come back out and do that?
Only if there is a report out of closed session. Typically, if there's nothing to report out of closed session, then County Council would make that report at the beginning of the next meeting on October 22nd.
So I can just say, without objection, we're adjourned?
Yes.
So said. Thank you.